Hey guys, how's it going? Richard here with Alien Bros, and I'm sorry for the long gap between videos. A lot of things have come up in my life that have made it difficult for me to post, but I'm back, I'm better than ever, and I promise you, I'm not going to disappear again. This is the last time. 3 months is too long. I know I said last time that I would be posting on the weekends, and I was not able to fulfill that due to work, but I promise you now, I am back. I have the ability to do it now, and I plan on continuing with this research 100% and continuing to post for you guys so you can continue with your research and stay in the loop. Now, I've kept all of you waiting long enough. Today, we have several UFO sightings to cover and some news for you that I think you guys will find pretty strange. There's been a lot of crazy UFO footage lately, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. First, though, I would like to address a massive change in the UFO community. I won't get into too much detail, but as I'm sure all of you already know, one of the biggest and most influential channels in the UFO community has come into some serious problems with its creator and is at the end of its life, which sucks because I actually like some of the work he did, but I don't see any coming back for him though at this point. You need to want to be helped, and clearly he doesn't want it, and he isn't likely coming back anytime soon. I'm sorry to break it to all of you who liked him, but you all probably already knew this. So, please type F in the comments to show respects. Anyhow, moving on. Let's get into the UFO footage. The first sighting I have for you guys comes from Syracuse, New York, and was captured on January 14th of this year. It is some absolutely incredible footage if it is real. I'm not so certain, so I'll leave it up to you guys to decide for yourselves. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you guys now, and we'll talk more on it after, alright? Now check out this footage.
Hey! Stop! Stop it! Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a UFO. Oh, holy sh**. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Alright, so in my opinion, this footage is absolutely incredible, and something about it just seems like a legitimate reaction to a stunning sighting. The way the dog reacts to it is what really gets me. However, there is one thing that does bother me, and that is the fact that we don't get to see the craft make an exit, and on top of that, it's hard to tell exactly what the beam of light coming from what is clearly an unknown, almost stereotypical extraterrestrial aircraft is touching. Is it hitting the ground? What is it picking up? Is it even picking anything up? I don't know, guys. Part of me wants to believe it's a real sighting because of how incredible it is, but part of me also has too many questions to take it 100% seriously. If any of you guys in the Syracuse, New York area saw this thing in the sky that night, then let me know down in the comments. And if you guys captured more footage of it, then please send it on over to me. This actually reminds me a lot of an airport sighting from China a few years ago, where the airport was shut down and multiple people captured images of a craft that we have discussed in past videos, so I won't dive too deep into it. It also reminds me of a sighting from France that was captured on November 5th of 1990 that was spotted by thousands of people as well. Both of these sightings are very similar to this one, and it's also another sighting that we've addressed in a past video. So again, I won't get too deep into it, but if you guys are interested, please feel free to go back and check out our past videos to get yourself up to speed. But because of these sightings, I won't entirely dismiss this UFO as a hoax until I see if there is further evidence or not. And if maybe one of you guys managed to debunk it reasonably, then maybe I'll dismiss it then. I don't want to say that it's CGI until I get more proof, because it's not easy to get CGI artifacts to behave pixel-wise in the way that this craft does. If you have more footage though, my email is down in the description, so please send it on over and feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts on this sighting. Alright, now let's get on to the next awesome piece of UFO footage that I have for you guys today. It comes to us from Encinal, Texas, and was captured on January 5th of this year. It's a fantastic capture. I'll go ahead and play the footage for you guys now, and we'll analyze it together afterwards, alright? Now let's roll the clip.
Figures you can see that white light right there. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Keeps going around in circles over here. It's like one light and then it turns into two lights. And then it just keeps going around in circles. Look, look, look. You can't see it's it's two lights in there, one light, but it disappeared. What happened to it? Wow, it just disappeared. It just disappeared. I'm not even joking. I have no idea what the that was. I've never seen it before in my life. It only looked like one light on the thing, but it was actually two lights, like kind of going by with each other. I don't know. It would be like two lights and they would turn into one light. And I'm in the middle of nowhere, bro. And I'm on a dirt road. And that's a cell phone tower or something, and that's a cell phone there's like cell phone tower here, cell phone tower there. So, like these blinking lights, not what I'm talking about. I was talking about the white light.
Alright, so let's break this clip down. We have a strange bright white light slowly moving around near the cell phone towers, behaving very oddly. The towers are a good frame of reference to maybe get an idea of the size of the object, however they also interfere quite a bit with the clip, due to all of the tower lights being a distraction. It is as if the object figured it could blend in with the other lights and not be spotted if it stayed near them. This already raises suspicions for me. Then we have some very strange behaviors from the object, which is likely close to the ground based off of the reference point that we have with the towers, although it is quite possible that the object is actually much larger and much further back than it appears. In cases like these, the reference points usually help, but it doesn't when accounting for depth perception in this case. For those of you that may not know what that term means, it is where an object may appear much smaller than it actually is based off of how far off into the distance it is. An example being the stars in the night sky. We can see them and they look quite small, but in reality they're actually extremely large and are many, many light years away from us. This same concept would apply during an analysis of this unknown object that we have in the footage before us, and it can make scaling objects like this extremely difficult, and make figuring what its exact location is even more difficult. It may look to be near the cell phone towers, but in reality it can be much further away, or at the same time it actually could be hanging out around close to them. Now, let's actually analyze the features of the object itself. It seems that whatever this thing is, it has multiple large bright white lights attached to it, and as the object turns, they all become visible. The eyewitness claims to have only seen two, however after reviewing the footage, it is clear that this object has at least three, and must be rather large in size, as at some points it appears to have more mass to it than the width of the towers themselves, which are generally very large, making me want to rule out it being a drone. And if it is a drone, it is a very big drone, and you are not supposed to fly any aircraft that close to a cell phone tower. If it were actually right next to the cell phone tower, the frequency coming from the tower would also likely be so strong that it would actually interfere with the drone pilot's flight capabilities. Cell phone towers will often emit frequencies other than just your standard cell phone service signals, such as microwaves and ham radio signals, which would almost certainly bog up the drone's frequency and in some cases even overload the drone's electronics and cause it to fall out of the sky. If the object is actually further away than it appears from the cell phone tower, then this object would have to be far larger than it appears in the video, meaning that if this were a drone, it would be massive. All things considered, I think it is safe enough to rule out a drone from the equation. The weirdest part of all with this clip has to be how the object just disappears. We can see in the footage an outline of the mountain, and the object begins to fly towards the mountain's horizon, and the next thing we know, it just fades to nothing, as if it was never there, and that is just outright strange. Based on the characteristics of this object, I think it is safe to rule out a plane, a helicopter, and I can't think of any other mundane object or phenomenon that could recreate what we just saw in this footage. I just don't have an explanation for what this object is, so until someone comes up with a solid one, I'll say that this is certainly a UFO in the sense that it is unidentified, and maybe it could be extraterrestrial. It's hard for me to say for sure. If you guys can think of something and debunk it, then let me know what you guys think it is down in the comments. If you were in the area that night and saw this thing or got more footage of it, then please email it on over to us. Let's try and figure out what it is that this witness captured. Alright, now, I have one last sighting to share with you guys, and it comes to us from Aleppo, Pennsylvania, and was captured on January 13th of this year. It is a clip from home security footage that you guys will just have to see for yourselves, because it is absolutely incredible. This is some of my favorite type of footage, because it is always a bit disturbing to think that this happened while you were either asleep or not even home. What's even crazier is the guy that captured it was able to get this screenshot of the air traffic in this area at the time that this thing was captured, which you are seeing on screen now, which completely rules out what I am about to show you being an airplane or a helicopter. So unless this is something military being flown in secret over a residential area, which doesn't make much sense for the military to be honest, then we have one fantastic and legitimate piece of UFO footage here. I'll go ahead and play the clip for you guys now, and we'll talk more on it afterwards, alright? Now check out this insane footage.
There it is. I checked the other cameras. I don't have another angle on this thing. There's no sound because I have my microphones on. There's the time. Goes out of view. There's the time and the date.
Yeah, so this footage is definitely strange and has a somewhat ominous feeling to it to me. The witness in this case made a statement about it, and I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys now so that you guys can get his perspective on things. The statement reads, and I quote, "I make it a bit of a habit reviewing my security camera footage for the previous night, and on this occasion my camera picked up a large UFO slowly, silently moving from southwest to the northeast in the view of my camera. The glow didn't alarm me, as with night vision, any lights will glow bright. However, there are two things that make this different from any other aircraft in the sky that my camera catches. 1. My camera's microphone picked up no sound. 2. I researched the flight history from the historical radar records, which shows any aircraft in the sky back 30 days, and there is no flights at all over my area at that time, 5:59 a.m. to 6:02 a.m. There was, however, at 6:20 a.m. to the northeast, approximately 20 miles out of my camera's view, helicopter traffic, and to the west of my position at 6:20 a.m., commercial aircraft landing at the airport, none of which were close to being in my area. I took a screenshot of the radar as proof of my area at the time, where there was no traffic until 19 minutes after the sighting. I'm not trying to pass this off as an extraterrestrial vehicle, only that what my camera videoed is unidentified." Close quote. I love it when we get witnesses that actually do their own digging like this, because it makes the footage that much more credible and helps us out a lot when it comes to narrowing down what it is that we're looking at here in this clip. Whatever it is, it's clearly very large, and to me it doesn't appear to be all that high up in the sky. It is hard to say though 100% just how high up in the sky this thing is based off of this footage, but without a doubt this object is big, and what is even stranger is the shape of it. This thing is shaped almost like what you'd expect to see a flying saucer look like. No propellers in sight, and no visible forms of propulsion. I'm honestly at a loss for words here on what this thing is. I normally won't even share footage when it has been recorded off of a screen like this instead of uploaded as a screen grab, but this footage is good enough that I was more than willing to make an exception for it. If you guys have any idea what this man's security camera captured that night, then please let us know down in the comments. I want to hear from you. I would love more footage of this thing too. Maybe one of you actually saw it that night and managed to film it. If so, then please send it on over to my email. This is some absolutely crazy stuff that we're seeing here, and it almost reminds me of something out of an alien abduction movie. It is just that good. This is definitely an incredible capture, that's all I can say, and I truly have no explanation for the object in this footage. In my opinion, I genuinely do think what this man captured is likely either extraterrestrial or some sort of government craft based off of something extraterrestrial. It just does not seem like something we would have here on Earth. However, as always, I encourage you guys to come to your own conclusions and form your own thoughts on what you think this thing is. Alright, now let's move on to the news that I have for you guys today. It turns out that Britain will finally be releasing their official government documents on the UFO subject. It'll be released on their official government website. The UFO sightings have all been recorded by the Royal Air Force, and we'll get to see exactly what the British government knows about this subject if they actually are releasing everything that they know. However, I do not expect them to have nearly the amount of top secret damning evidence that the United States or the Russian governments do, but I do expect them to have a decent amount of data for us to dig through. They'll most likely be comprised of older reports, since the most recent reports are now referred to the local police force. However, all reports, both old and new, will be placed online. A spokesman for the Royal Air Force said that it had been assessed that it would be better to publish these records rather than continue sending the documents to the National Archives, so they are looking to put them onto a dedicated gov.uk webpage. Is this going to truly be everything that the Royal Air Force and the British government have on this subject? Probably not. but I do think it will be a genuinely good place for us to gather data and try to piece together things from past incidents that the public does and doesn't already know about, and see if we can't further figure out what happened during those incidents and what caused them. Hopefully they'll have info on those incidents, such as the Rendlesham Forest incident, where in late December of 1980 there was a series of reported sightings of unexplained lights near the Rendlesham Forest, Suffolk, England area, which have become linked with the claims of a UFO landing there. The events occurred just outside of Royal Air Force Base Woodbridge, which was used at the time by the United States Air Force. United States Air Force personnel, including Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Hull, claimed to have seen things that they described as a UFO sighting. The occurrence is the most famous of claimed UFO events to have happened in the United Kingdom, ranking among the best known reported UFO events worldwide. It has been compared to the Roswell UFO incident in the United States and is sometimes referred to as Britain's Roswell. The UK Ministry of Defense stated in the event posed no threat to national security, and it therefore was never investigated as a security matter. Skeptics have explained the sighting as a misinterpretation of a series of nocturnal lights, a fireball, the Affordness Lighthouse, and bright stars. It is one of my favorite UFO incidents of all time, and I've always been curious if there was more to the story, such as what the US and British military's actual conclusions were on the matter versus what they told the public. I feel there is a lot more to this, and there's no way they just brushed this incident off like it was nothing. Hopefully there will be plenty more incidents just like this one though to be exposed with this release, and maybe we'll find some actual information of value in these files. Let's further our search for answers and keep heading strong in the direction towards truth. They can't keep it from us forever. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today, but stay tuned because there is a lot more coming and we will have it posted very soon. If you liked the video, then please don't forget to smash that like button on your way out, share it, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. It really helps us out, and it'll let you guys stay up to date by sending you a message straight to your inbox every time we upload a video, and you can once again stay on the up and up with all the latest alternative news. And remember, you have to hit the bell or YouTube will not notify you when our new videos come out. Unfortunately, it sometimes seems even if you do hit the bell, they still may not notify you, so maybe a good idea to bookmark the page and check back here frequently for new content as well. Unfortunately, just subscribing on YouTube simply is not enough anymore, as YouTube seems to want to pick and choose the content that people see, but that won't stop us from moving forward. Also, if you want updates on when our videos will be coming out, then please go follow our Facebook page, the link is down in the video description. If you have some UFO footage or evidence that you would like us to feature on the channel, then please email it over to us or email us down in the description, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you guys want to help keep this channel going so that I can put more time into posting videos and continuing with this research, then buying some of our merch or donating even $1 to our Patreon would be extremely appreciated because YouTube isn't paying us, so this is all out of pocket for us. Together, we will find the truth though. Thanks again for your support, guys. It means a lot to us, and don't forget to browse the channel if you're new and get yourself up to speed. As always, I'm Richard with Alien Bros, and I'll see you guys again next video.